What's up, guys? Thanks for watching this video. Over here in my world, it has been kind of a crazy week. Lots of big things happening. I thought this would be a cool space to let you guys know, if you didn't see from my post from last week, I was chosen to be the Wedding Filmmaker of the Year by Love Stories TV. That kind of blows my mind. I'm super humbled. I'm super honored. To all of you that actually voted for me, I sincerely mean it. Thank you for supporting me and my craft and what I do. My films, I do put my all into them, and to see you guys see that and to care and to think that what I've done has been innovative is beyond me, and I just have appreciated everything. And so with that happening, it's been an amazing time to be able to sit back and see how things have changed over the last year. And as many of you know, you've only been in this Facebook group probably for about a year, back when there was only like 200 to 300 people. Now there's almost 5,000 people in this Facebook group, and from that has been YouTube videos and mentor sessions and Patreon, and even me developing my own LUT pack. And so it's just been a really crazy ride for me. But that being said, amongst being a full-time wedding videographer, and not only that, but a destination wedding videographer, it means I'm on the move. And to be able to do all these things well, I can't do it by myself. I could do it by myself, but I wouldn't be able to do it well. And so with that, I guess the first big thing that I want to kind of announce is that I am growing a little tiny team here in the Destination Wedding and Elopement Videographers Facebook group. And that's kind of the point of making this video. They are actually graduates of my Tier 4 Patreon package. And if you didn't know about Tier 4, it's a ongoing mentorship that you pay for monthly. It's very, I guess for a lack of a better word, it's more intimate than other mentor sessions are. You get my phone number, we get to talk back and forth. It's kind of going through your journey as a videographer and helping you out with the day-to-day, the week-to-week, and the leads that you get or the leads that you're trying to get. And so, what's really cool about this is that I do have these people on that were able to graduate from the Tier 4. They successfully changed their business radically. Tons of credit to them. I was glad I was able to help them out. And so that's what we're going to be doing today. So with that, let's jump in. Well, I just kind of introduced you guys a little bit without saying your names, but we have Rob and Adeline Hatcher with Cinegarden here. They are joining my team. I have never had a team. I've worked as a one-man wolf pack for much of my life, my career. And so that even overflows into the education realm. And so I'm really excited to be having you guys join my team, and we'll be kind of letting everybody know what that means exactly. But before that, I would love for them to know a little bit about you two. And so I've been talking, I did a little introduction right before this, but I wanted to give you guys the floor to talk and let people know who you are and where you were kind of up until, you guys joined Patreon and started doing some mentoring sessions with me.
Yeah. So, like you said, I'm Adeline. This is Rob. Yeah. Me and Rob have been married for 4 years now. And when we started, right before we started dating, I shot my very first wedding and did it for $150. It was in 2015. And I loved it. I fell in love with it. And then I fell in love with Rob. And then it was just happily ever after. No. But we shot our first wedding together just a few months after we started dating. And from there, it was just kind of this thing, like a side hustle thing. We were in college. So, I was 19 or 20. Mm-hmm. And you were 21?
Yep.
And so it just became this thing that was like a word of mouth. People they'd see a video on Facebook that we did and they'd reach out, and it was just something that we kind of navigated. We really knew nothing about building a business. It just happened kind of naturally. And each year we got more and more weddings. And so in May, it'll be 7 years that our business has existed. And we have primarily served the local area of Memphis, Tennessee, and DeSoto County, Mississippi. So that's primarily where we have shot. But one thing about us, just from a personal standpoint, is we love to travel. That's something that we always have made a priority throughout our relationship together, is to just plan our next adventure together. And so I always knew that I would love to break into destination weddings and elopements and more just like adventurous, like non-traditional routes. And I just didn't know how to connect with those couples, and we would always like talk about it.
Yeah,
and
we dreamed about it for sure.
Yeah, and we would see other people doing it, and we're like, man, how do you do that? Especially when you're working full-time jobs and trying to run your business on the side. So that's a whole other thing, like trying to transition into full-time and all that. But that in the last year, that we went through that, we navigated switching to full-time with our business. So in August of 2021, I went full-time, and then Rob came on full-time in December. And then in January is when we started our Tier 4 mentorship with Stanton. And when he launched the Patreon and I saw the Tier 4 thing, I was like, Rob, I think we should do this, because we knew, okay, now both of us are all in. And so we were like, if we're going to be all in, I want to be doing what we've always dreamt of doing. Like, I don't just want to sit here and be like, okay, we're just going to keep, staying in our same, I don't know, not rut, but yeah, like I just wanted to push further. And so it was just the perfect time. So we signed up, and Stanton has just helped us really navigate how to make that shift, and like what tools do we need, what things do we need to be doing each day to move closer to the market that we want to be in. So yeah.
Totally. Yeah. Well, thanks. And it's cool because I guess we could talk about a lot of different things here, but for one, I didn't even know that I thought you guys had been full-time for like 4 or 5 years almost. And so to hear, I know you guys have been doing it, I guess, that long, but in my mind, I just assumed that you were doing it full-time that long. But to hear that you've only been doing it for, what'd you say, a year and a half, something like that, full-time, not even, is especially impressive to me, especially as you and I fleshed this out about kind of where you're at now, because sure, like first off, if people watching this don't know, my background is in Memphis, Tennessee as well. So before I moved out to Denver, Colorado, I was in Memphis. So just a kind of little connection in the story. But aside from that, I know the feeling of wanting to get out of a certain rut or a bubble of where you're at in the industry. Your guys' story is different than mine, but there are parallels in that, like, you guys are seeing early on in your career that you want to do specific things with your career in regards to travel or destination weddings, or you don't want to just do these normal weddings. You want to do more non-traditional weddings. And so taking action and doing something has really facilitated where you guys are now. And so, you kind of almost started to get into it there, but I'll say it, then I'll let you guys say it. But Rob and Adeline, back in 4 months ago, had 0 destination weddings booked. They were local Memphis wedding videographers, which is fine and dandy, but they didn't want that. And they signed up for Patreon. And then over the course of the last few months, over the last 4 months or so, you guys have 6 destination weddings now on the book for 2022. I believe it's just 2022, not 2023. So you guys got a busy year coming up, and it's been cool to see. And I guess I could get into like talking about how like my approach is to offer value and then get money, to make money from the career that you're paving through offering value. And so that's happened with me. It worked for me. And so now you guys have gotten to the point where it's almost like I don't send you leads as much anymore, because you guys need to you guys need to handle what you have in a way, because now you guys are to the point where you don't just want to be destination wedding videographers. You have paved the path and you are destination wedding videographers. As far as by the end of this year, your portfolio is going to scream it. Like, you have contractually 6 weddings laid out, and I'm super stoked for you guys on that. And so it's really cool to have seen that journey over the last few months. And so I'm not going to sit here, and this isn't like just to talk about the Tier 4 experience in Patreon at all. They did obviously have benefit from it, but I will say on the front end of all of this, they didn't just do this because they joined my Patreon. They had this motivation beforehand, and I was able to be there for them amidst that transition, to kind of guide and push them and to give them direction, and my thoughts on how to navigate things, how to interact with leads, interact with planners, how to push leads or whatever it might be, how to negotiate different things, how to offer something that's going to be that's going to reel them in a way to make them actually want to book with you so that you can get that booking and get that portfolio piece. Those kind of things were just me kind of holding your guys' hands, but you guys like did it. And so I don't ever want it to seem like, I was the one that did this. Like, you two did that. And so props to you guys for being able to do that. But I'll quit talking again. I'm getting long-winded. I want to hear you guys kind of talk about like the what weddings you actually booked. Tell me what the 6 weddings that you have, just kind of briefly list them off, and then just kind of dive into like your experience with like, what did that tier 4 experience look like for you guys? And sorry, one more thing. For those of you that are listening, there's tiers 1 through 4 with Patreon. It's a monthly subscription, and tiers 1 through 3, it's a price increase, obviously up till to tier 4. But you get different value as you go up in the tiers. And so tier 3, there's group mentor sessions, but tier 4 is where we really get into this more personalized experience where we're talking, we're texting every day. And I'm helping you guys through whatever your goals are for your business. And so we know what yours were. So anyway, I'll give the floor back to you guys.
Yeah, so we actually have a wedding in June in Long Island and Iceland. We also have a wedding in Italy, Switzerland, and Cancun. Also Sequoia National Park in California.
Yeah.
That's insane. I just want to hit that one more time. So you got a wedding in New York,
Yeah.
in Long Island, and then you're flying from there to Iceland.
That's right.
Yes.
To shoot a wedding. And then you have an Italy wedding, which is insane. Like, I just had my first Italy wedding like this year. Switzerland, Sequoia National Park, and Cancun. So 6 weddings, literally all over the world. And so that's insane. Like, your guys' career is going to change so much. And so, yeah, like, let's talk about a little bit about you have these weddings now. You didn't have them before. You guys did so much of the work, but what was that tier 4 experience like? That was that little extra cherry on top that might have helped. If it did not, where I'm not here, I'm not paying them to, say anything here. They could be honest about their experience with tier 4. But like, just tell us what that experience was like.
Yeah, so I think one of the really big things was that you really encouraged us to figure out like who we wanted to be, because as much as our work is good and like we have the experience, but you have to you harped on how we had to package ourselves in order to like reach the clients that we were wanting to reach. And leech on.
That's one way not to package yourself. Don't leech onto them.
No. And so we just started taking the steps to sort of refresh our brand and to really look at our social media and what we were posting. A big thing was I used to just post everything we made, because I was like, I don't know. I mean, of course I was excited about everything that we made, but not everything that we make necessarily is like leading us on the path that we're wanting to get to in the future. So just being more like curated about what we're putting out there. And we completely redesigned our website and redid our branding and everything. So that was a really big thing, like making a brand that we felt really confident in. And honestly, I didn't really know that we needed that until we talked with you about it. And it wasn't like you were like, y'all's brand is not good enough, or it's but there is a certain level of like excellence, and like there's a certain level of like luxury that people are looking for, and we wanted to make sure that our brand really reflected that. And then, do you want to talk a little bit about like the community aspect of it?
Yeah, I think for me, like one of the biggest things was confidence. Like I was juggling trying to teach and to be a videographer, and I was really just a second shooter for Adlin for most of those 6.5, 7 years. And so for me to go full time with it, I mean, it was a big learning curve. I had a lot to kind of catch up on in terms of the talent that Adlin had. And so just being able to like get in this Patreon and be able to find videos and have that community in Discord and be able to, you know, shoot you a question if I had one. I think there was a situation where I was hard stuck on a film and I was like, I didn't like it. And you really helped me kind of navigate that and take it one step at a time. And it turned into something really great. So I think just confidence is the biggest word for me when it comes to how we got into the tier 4 and how it helped us, or me in particular.
And it's cool to hear, like, and I guess it's a good point to make, is like the tier 4 experience is not just about one specific thing. It's about being a mentor for you guys in whatever aspect that looks like for your business. And so they would send me, as they were talking about redoing their website, they would send me different things with that. What do you think about this, or logo, or I'm stuck on this film, or we got this lead. It's not just about lead generation. It's not just about client acquisition, which is really important. And, if anybody watching this ends up ever joining tier 4, we're gonna fine tune what your goals are. We're gonna go after those. But if anything comes along the way, like, you'll have my phone number. Like, we're developing a friendship. I'm not some esoteric being that can't be contacted. I'm just a guy with a dog in Colorado that's like wants to create community and have friends too. And so that's the goal with it, is to, like, whatever your goals are, then that's great. And sometimes you don't maybe know what your goals are, but being able to be on the other side and be like, you know what, it was really cool to have the confidence to go through and to crush our goals and to finish things like that. That's really cool to see. So
yeah, and with like it being an ongoing thing, I wanted to mention, like, the difference between the tier 4 thing and just having like a mentorship session, like, one single one-on-one. Like, we've done that before too. And that is great. And I think that it's a healthy thing for all business owners to do that periodically. Like, we should always be investing in our growth and education and like learning from other people. But the difference is like that this is an ongoing thing. So as things come up, you have someone to lean on and to talk to, like, whether it's venting about something. Like, I know that there were several like conversations that we had where we were just like, this is frustrating, and it's nice to have someone in your corner that understands and has been there. But like, when you get on a one-on-one mentorship session with someone, you like have this whole list of things that you want to ask them. And then when you get off of it, the next week you run into a problem that you didn't get to talk about.
Or what if you forgot something?
Yeah. So it was just nice to have you there and to know, like, when something comes up, okay, we need to like call Stanton and talk to him about this, because like this is a big deal. So yeah, it's nice. It truly is like a community and a friendship that you gain, and that was something that we really lacked. Like, we just didn't really have much of a community of other filmmakers here. So this has like almost gotten us connected. And so that's
kind of
really
like a
cool.
fraternity or a sorority where you pay for your friends. Like,
Yeah.
that's basically the point of tier 4. I'm just kidding. I was in a fraternity and I got made fun of all the time for that. But sorry, continue.
I cannot see you being in a fraternity at all.
What?
I can see you being in BYX.
No, I was in a fraternity, dudes. I mean, whatever. Anyway, continue. I digress.
Yeah, so I don't know, where do we want to go next with this? You go.
Well, if you guys are done with those thoughts, like, you don't have to just like, I think that was where you kind of sound like you were at the end of it a second ago, or if you have other thoughts, you can say them. But
I did want to mention like the having you for like in-depth film reviews. Yeah. One thing that we have never done up until this year is like ask for constructive criticism, and part of that, not gonna lie, was like a pride thing, like
totally.
We're artists, and it's hard to be like, hey, what could I do better here?
Totally.
But that is huge. Having someone that has good intentions and really does want you to, grow. Like having someone to look at your work and from an outside perspective and say, hey, maybe you could do this better. Maybe you could work on, you know, your coloring or whatever. And so I think that has been really good.
Totally. Yeah. And I've always said that having the ability to take constructive criticisms on your films is one of the best ways to get better. Like, it's also a really big sign that you actually want to get better, because if you're selfish about getting critiques on things, like, sure, you might be an artist and you might be good at what you do, but there's no room for improvement there. And even to this day, like, I am sending my films to a small group of people that I'm like, what do you think about this? Does this feel okay? And I really listen to their responses and try to, even though it hurts, because it is my art. Like, I just poured my heart and soul into this film, but it's a necessary evil. So it's cool to hear that's been, helpful for you guys. And just like to flesh out kind of like what is included in tier 4. Like, this gives you access to me like via phone number, which I'm a millennial. I'm going to text you. I really am a big audio messenger. You guys got a lot of audio messages from me. It's just sometimes easier. And then, it's at least 2 30-minute FaceTime Zoom meeting mentor sessions with you a month. And so to break this down, the tier 4 is $500 a month. And a 1 hour mentor session is $400 a month. And so the bang for your buck that you're getting for a month of texting and talking back and forth and things like that, film critiques, being in the group 3 with the group film critiques as well, which is another thing, having the chat community, having access to all my Patreon videos. I really tried to design it to where it really was you getting bang for your buck, and making it worth my time as well, because it does take up a good chunk of my time, but I do have good intentions with it. It is really fun to see you guys flourish, and you guys were my first tier 4 graduates, and got some other people in there now that were helping guide through like their own business and their own journey, and they have different goals than you guys, but it's I just want anybody watching to know that, like, I'm here to like really help you guys. I am busy, which is something I'm going to get into in a second, but we're all busy, and so I do my best to pour into each of you and to develop a friendship and a connection that's really going to help you out. And so with that, I wanted to kind of dive into talking about you guys joining the team. All right, so on the note of like having you guys join my team, in this Facebook group, you guys are going to see Rob and Adeline's face a little bit more. It's going to be them posting, engaging with you guys, and especially in the Patreon is where you're going to see them helping me out. So to the people that are in Patreon, and that number's been growing, I think we're at like 80 to 90 patrons right now, people that are in. They're going to be going through and asking you guys, hey, what videos do you want Stanton to be making that are going to help you out the most? They're going to be there to monitor the Discord chat room. And for those of you that don't know what Discord is, it's just a really intuitive, easy, and aesthetically pleasing kind of chat community. I don't know really how to say it. You guys would know. You guys are gamers, but that's how I look at it. It's just like a really easy and intuitive chat system where you can like have community and have different rooms that you talk about teaser films in, or you can watch me do my live streams in. You can do all these different things, but Rob and Adeline are going to be in there doing that as well. And the biggest thing that they're also helping me with is like just helping me organize my time in an administrative kind of way. And so, like I said, I want to be able to do all these things well. I want to be able to give to you that are in this Facebook group. If you're still watching and you're not joining Patreon, that's totally fine. You don't have to pay to get stuff from me. It just gets more and deeper stuff from me. And maybe if you're wanting to learn my style or different things like that, you can join the Patreon. But I want to offer things to people in this Facebook group, on my YouTube channel, in the Discord community with my patrons. And I just want to be able to do life well and to give the most. And so with that, I need somebody to help me schedule things, to keep me on task, to keep me accountable. I am only human. I can only do so much. And so Rob and Adeline, just from watching them grow in confidence and to see their fervor and their tenacity that they're going to go for with things, I have zero doubts in them joining this team. And so I'm really stoked to have them be around. I think it's indefinite how long they'll be here with us until they become better than me. And and then have their own Facebook group that's crushing my. I'm just kidding. No.
And then we're gonna hire you to be on ours.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's the better to be comment. Actually, it was funny. I was watching your vlog today, and I was like super impressed with like what that was like. It was motivating to me. I need to like. I know. Yeah, like I need to go vlog my Italy wedding. But it's so hard for me to do it. You guys need to administratively remind me to vlog that wedding.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, like all of the amazing videographers out there, why are we not all like YouTube famous? Like we all should be documenting our lives.
Yeah, for sure.
We're good at it. Like might as well capitalize on that.
I know. We should. I can learn from you guys. But anyway, that's about it, guys. If you have stuck around this long, thank you for watching. Feel free to give Rob and Adeline a warm welcome. They're going to be around. They're going to be helping me out, and I'm extremely thankful for them. So, Rob and Adeline, do you have any last words to say? Other than that, I think we're good here.
Yeah, we're excited about it. I mean,
we're pumped. We're excited to get to know everybody a little bit more, and I don't know, just add to the community, and hopefully, like we can be helpful. So, yeah.
Oh, you guys already are. So thank you guys. Thanks to everybody that's watched this video. Here is some electrical tape around my finger because I'm a fidgeter. Hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you guys next time.